He raced to secure our planet's energy future is heating up, with two titans standing at the forefront: solar power, fueled by the sun's endless rays, and nuclear energy, unearthing the atom's immense potential. Both offer solutions to the climate crisis, but each brings its own challenges. The question is, which one can deliver the power we need without sacrificing our planet's future? In today's video, we will discover that the decisions we make today will set the course for generations to come in protecting our planet from harsh and extreme weather events. So, which will shape our future? Solar's promise of infinite energy or nuclear steady power? Let's dive in and explore the possibilities. The case for solar energy. Solar power is often hailed as the ultimate renewable energy source. The sun shines everywhere, and its energy is effectively limitless. If we could capture just a fraction of the sun's energy, we could meet the world's electricity needs many times over. Countries around the world are embracing solar at a record pace, with solar panels now covering rooftops, deserts, and fields. For example, the Mojave Desert in California is home to one of the largest solar power plants in the world, Ivanpah Solar Electric Generating System. This facility covers 3,500 acres and can power 140,000 homes using concentrated solar power, which focuses sunlight using mirrors. Solar energy is also one of the cleanest forms of power available today. Unlike fossil fuels, it produces no greenhouse gases or pollutants during operation. It doesn't deplete natural resources. Solar panels can be placed almost anywhere, from individual homes to vast solar farms, making it adaptable to different environments. Once the solar panels are installed, they quietly generate electricity with no harm to the environment. Imagine having a generator that runs without burning a single drop of fuel or releasing smoke. This is essentially what a solar panel does. However, solar power isn't without its flaws. It only works when the sun is shining, meaning it's not a reliable source of energy at night or on cloudy days. Energy storage is a major hurdle. Batteries that can store solar energy for use during off-peak hours are expensive and not yet efficient enough for large-scale use. This makes solar less reliable for countries with less sunlight or during the winter months when daylight is limited. The case for nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is a powerhouse which is often misunderstood, but it remains one of the most potent forms of power available today. One of nuclear energy's greatest strengths is its ability to provide consistent baseload energy, the minimum amount of electric power needed to meet demand at any given time. Unlike solar or wind, nuclear power doesn't rely on weather conditions or time of day to generate electricity. It runs 24/7, making it the backbone of energy grids in many countries. Nuclear plants like Palo Verde Nuclear Generating Station in Arizona, which produces enough electricity to power about 4 million homes, can run continuously for 18 to 24 months before needing to refuel, providing a steady and reliable source of energy. For instance, France gets over 70% of its electricity from nuclear power. The country has used nuclear energy as a key strategy to reduce its carbon emissions and ensure a reliable energy supply. Even during periods of low wind or sunshine, France's nuclear plants maintain a steady energy flow, keeping the lights on across the country. This is particularly important in regions where energy demand doesn't drop significantly at night or during winter months when solar power is less available. Imagine if your local power grid relied entirely on solar energy. There would be serious power shortages on cloudy days or at night. Nuclear fills this gap, acting like a dependable factory that works around the clock, never stopping. Key differences between solar and nuclear energy. Now, let's explore the differences to understand where each source shines and where challenges lie. 1. General setup cost. When it comes to initial costs, solar energy typically has a lower barrier to entry compared to nuclear energy, but both come with their own financial challenges. Also, the cost of solar panels has plummeted in recent years, dropping by about 89% since 2010. As production scales up and technology improves, solar energy is becoming more affordable than ever. In many countries, solar power is now cheaper than coal or gas, and it's expected to keep getting cheaper. On a larger scale, utility-scale solar farms are more expensive, but still far cheaper than nuclear power plants. A large solar farm can cost hundreds of millions of dollars, but can be built relatively quickly, and without the need for complex regulatory approvals. For example, the Bhadla Solar Park in India, one of the largest solar parks in the world, cost approximately $1.3 billion to construct, but now generates 240 megawatts (MW) of electricity, providing power to millions of homes. Nuclear power plants, on the other hand, are incredibly expensive to build, both due to the complexity of the technology and the strict regulatory and safety requirements. The cost of constructing a new nuclear plant can exceed $10 billion and often takes over a decade from planning to completion. For instance, the Vogtle nuclear power plant in Georgia, USA, has faced delays and cost overruns, with the final price tag expected to top $30 billion. While the setup cost is high, nuclear plants produce significantly more power than solar farms, offering a return on investment over several decades. A single nuclear reactor can generate up to 1,500 MW, enough to power 1.5 million homes continuously. 2. Safety solar panels are considered one of the safest forms of energy generation. They operate quietly, don't produce emissions, and have minimal safety risks associated with their installation and operation. The primary concern with solar panels is weather-related damage, such as hailstorms, which can crack or break panels. But these issues are relatively minor and non-hazardous to people. For example, during a hailstorm in Colorado in 2017, a solar farm experienced some panel damage, but there were no serious risks posed to workers or residents nearby. The damaged panels were simply replaced, and the system was back up and running quickly. Nuclear energy's safety record is mixed, with a few notable accidents casting a long shadow over its reputation. Accidents like Chernobyl in 1986 and Fukushima in 2011 raised serious concerns about the potential for catastrophic failure. Modern nuclear plants, however, have vastly improved safety features. Newer reactor designs, such as the Generation 3 Plus reactors, have automatic shutdown mechanisms and passive cooling systems, making them much safer. While the probability of a major accident is low, the consequences can be devastating. For instance, the cleanup from the Fukushima disaster has cost Japan over $200 billion and is still ongoing. In contrast, solar energy has no such catastrophic risks, making it a safer option overall. 3. Sustainability. Interestingly, both solar and nuclear energy offer sustainable solutions, but they approach sustainability in different ways. Solar energy is considered one of the most sustainable sources of power because it relies on the sun, a resource that is virtually limitless and renewable. Solar panels produce no emissions while generating electricity, making them a key tool in reducing carbon footprints. However, the manufacturing and disposal of solar panels involve materials that have environmental impacts, such as silicon and rare earth metals, which require energy to extract and process. Even with these challenges, solar's overall environmental footprint is small compared to fossil fuels. For example, the life cycle emissions of solar energy, from manufacturing to decommissioning, are roughly 20 grams of CO2 per kilowatt-hour, GCO2/kWh, much lower than coal's 820 GCO2/kWh. Nuclear energy is also considered a low-carbon power source, as nuclear reactors emit no greenhouse gases during operation. However, the issue of radioactive waste poses a long-term sustainability challenge. The waste produced by nuclear reactors remains hazardous for thousands of years and must be stored in secure facilities. Despite this, nuclear power's life cycle emissions are comparable to solar, averaging around 12 GCO2/kWh. In terms of direct climate impact, nuclear energy is one of the cleanest energy sources available, but its sustainability is complicated by the waste issue. 4. Scalability. Solar energy is highly scalable on a small and large scale. Homeowners can install solar panels on their rooftops to meet individual needs, while governments and private companies can build massive solar farms to power entire cities. The modularity of solar energy allows it to be implemented almost anywhere, from rural off-grid communities to large urban areas. For example, Australia has seen a boom in residential solar installations, with over 30% of households now using solar panels. This grassroots scaling of solar energy has made Australia a global leader in renewable energy. So, where does that leave us? Solar and nuclear may represent two very different paths to our energy future, but both are critical players in the fight against climate change. Solar offers the promise of an endless, clean energy supply, but with challenges in reliability and storage. Nuclear, on the other hand, provides steady, reliable power but comes with concerns over cost, safety, and waste. One thing is clear: our energy future will not be shaped by a single solution, but by a careful balance of innovation and strategy. Which side are you on? Solar, nuclear, or maybe both? Join in the conversation by commenting below, and don't forget to subscribe to be notified of the current updates. Thanks for watching.